How to make a Gacha Life 2 video, part 1 mini-movies. Damn, I haven't seen this in a while. I wonder how well it holds up. Wow, really? I did that in CapCut? This was over a year ago, damn. Well, that's outdated. Hey, say that to my face. Oh, right. I'm talking to a plushie while pretending to watch my own videos. Wow, I'm sad. Alright, jeez. Just need to get everything ready. What's going on, guys? So I know I've made 3 of these so far, but most of them are outdated. I made one in 2022, and it was alright for the time. I made another in 2023. It wasn't even on date. And finally, I made a third tutorial in 2024. It was finally a good tutorial, but I decided to change how I make my content. So this video should hopefully be the definitive how to make a gacha video tutorial. Anyway, gacha tutorial video, go! So, to start off, let's first go over the software I use. Most of these should be available on both iOS and Android. So first things first, for script writing I use Google Docs, and to move files between devices I use Google Drive. For editing thumbnails I use Ibis Paint X. For screenshots I use Gacha Life 2. Fair warning though, Gacha Life 2 doesn't come with static poses, so you might have to find copyable codes for them. For voice recording I use GarageBand. For sound effects I use an MP3 converter. For video editing I use KineMaster. And finally, for uploading, I use YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Alright, the first video I'm going to teach you how to make will be a mini-movie. A voice mini-movie to be more exact. Now, what is a mini-movie? Put it simply, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a short film made with a gacha app that tells a story. They are typically part of a larger series, but can also be a standalone video. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, the first thing you want to do before you even open Gacha Life 2 is create your script. If you're using OCs, I would recommend having personalities down and maybe an idea of what they look like before you write the script. So, I have a rough idea of what I want to write. So if you notice, a lot of the scripts that ended up being used share a similar title to the final video. So here I'm just gonna call exactly what I have planned. If I had my own silly Billy. Alright, you have your document named. Now another thing I forgot to mention in the intro is that there'll be timestamps for specific things in the video, so if you just want to learn how to do a specific thing, then just go to that timestamp. You'll probably be able to see them on a progress bar, and they'll also be in the description. First, we want our plot outline. We want our plot outline at the top of our document. Now, the reason for this is you're basically just making a bullet-pointed version of your video story so you can plan your dialogue around the story. Basically, I'm gonna start it like this. So yeah, this is like outlining key events. I wake up in a mysterious room. Myself excuse me. Myself is one calling my silly Billy. Yeah, again, very, very simple plot outline. If you're curious about how much writing you're gonna do, let me go back to my most recent movie. This one wasn't voiced, so keep in mind that Nene's confession has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet points. It ended up being about 7 pages. and the final video was about 4-ish minutes long. Mind you, the plot outline here was more descriptive because this is just a video I'm doing as an example. As you can see, oh yeah, if you're wondering why it's highlighted, every time I take a break, I highlight what I've done in the actual screenshot so I can remember where I was. This script is going to be formatted like a stage play. Now call this whatever you want. I called it the actual script on Nene's confession, as you can see. It would probably be better if you called it the script. Now, I'm not going to show you all of the writing for the script, I'll just give you the basics. So, I'm formatting this a bit like a stage play, mainly because that's the format I'm most comfortable with because I was a drama kid. So you notice this italicized text here with the asterisks? These are basically what people in the drama business like to call stage directions. These are basically for the director, or in this case, creator, to know what exactly the actors or characters have to do in the scene. So like here for Nene's confession, Nene and GF are at a coffee shop to have a talk. Nene should look nervous. So yeah, it's just a basic description of a scene. If you want to do italics if you're working in Google Docs on a computer, you hit Control-I, and then just write it like this. So this script should start with me lying on the floor unconscious, and close out with an italics. Again, technically this stuff is only necessary if you're making a script for multiple people, but it's also very helpful if you're making it just for yourself. So you can think of scenes like, at least the way I understood it, is basically a location change. Basically on a stage play, it's when they have to move all the props and stuff to make it look like a new location. If you're working on a gacha video or an animation, a scene change would be like a major background change, like a location change. An example of a scene change would be like, could be anything from a different room in the same house to an entirely different planet. Now let's go into the first line. Now we're gonna assign a line. So when assigning a line to a character, their name should be in all caps, but you can format their dialogue like a normal paragraph. And then again, what I said about stage directions is it's basically a good way of telling what's happening on screen. And now you have a basic idea of how a script is formatted. Just keep doing what I did here. Remember, names should be in all caps. If it's switching between characters, then you want to put it on a separate line. And that's the basics of formatting a script. I'll see you when I have a finished script. Alright, so I have finished the script, as you can see. We have all the scene one stuff. It ended up being a pretty dark story, so I'll show you how to put in trigger warnings. Also, I really couldn't think of a better end, so... Now, we get to do a fun part and open Gacha Life 2. Alright, so a few things. Gacha Life 2 does both portrait and landscape mode. If you're on iOS, you can just rotate your phone, depending on if you want to make a long form video or a short. But if you're on Android, what I believe you have to do is click the settings button, and it used to be on iOS before they changed it, but I believe it should be underneath quality. I got a screenshot from my video I did on when Gacha Life 2 launched. Now I'm just gonna do it in portrait mode for the sake of editing simplicity, since I started this video clip on portrait. Go into character creation. So this is the base. If you're gonna change one of the pre-existing characters that'll be in your main slot, you can go to presets and it'll be the very first one. Body. This will change things like height and width. You can control the skin tone, all that good stuff. Outline. The trim is just the shading. Custom poses. Yeah. The game doesn't come with these side poses. These are all custom poses I had to copy. Body, animation parts, and layering. You can play... Oh. Hair. You can select your hair parts. One thing about hair is I recommend you select all of your parts before you color them. Change all hair color parts doesn't work if you do it before all your parts are selected. Shape. Now this is basically what your character's eyes are gonna look like. Obviously, you can just adjust them by clicking the plus by them. Most parts are adjustable. I think the only part that isn't adjustable is the shirt and pants layer, which makes sense. Yeah, face is just everything else to do with the face. You got the eyebrows and mouth. So head is stuff like cats, head accessories, like I think earrings are in this category. Again, we have behind layers for everything. There's just more face stuff, but it's deceiving. There's also eye patches. Face accessory is where you can do a lot of fun stuff. An example of characters that use face accessories would be Glamrock Freddy. I think he uses all 4 slots. He has a nose, I think, which is on the face layer? Yes. But one of his facial parts is layered over it, which is something I gotta fix later. And also Beth with her scar and birthmark. But you can see the scar and birthmark. The point is, this stuff is very important for giving your characters personalities and details. Now, upper is your shirt. As you can see, shirt length just makes your shirt longer. An example would be GF, and again, another good example adjustments is her skirt's actually adjusted so that it's tight to her legs when she's just standing. I'm gonna go into studio to show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can see what I mean now. We have gloves, fingerless gloves, we have wrist stuff, shoulder pads, that kind of stuff, pants, socks, shoes, belts, and skirts, which don't really work with the shirt length. Prop is shit they can hold, cape, tails. We have wings, which Peril from a Funny Dragon Books uses wings. Wow, imagine that. Yeah, if you're screen recording, please put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Your special effects is just exactly what it sounds like. And profile is everything about your character, including the import-export. If you have multiple Gacha Life 2 cities, this is how you can move characters around. Like, this is how I move variants of Beth to my iPad if I need her for a reference. Or hell, this is how I'm moving characters around when I'm working on the Hunger Games simulator. So let me explain what I'm doing here. So myself, if you don't know what a Silly Billy is, will basically be like a very named zombified version of my character. And I know yourself wasn't necessarily a zombie, but considering GF Silly Billy herself was a ghost, I think zombies fit in that sort of vibe. Let's just change you to the default. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, for colors you can just kinda, now I'll time lapse myself making this character. Alright, now that we have our character created, let's start working on that thumbnail. So first things first, YouTube thumbnail, put that shit on landscape. So BG settings, I would honestly, if you're on a wider phone like I clearly am, I would use the adjustment settings as seen here. Now let's go find the House of Mirrors. Should probably go over studio mode, but I'll do that more in depth on the screenshot creation section. It's a little too light, so what we can do is go color gradient. I'm also gonna add effects in the video editing in the thumbnail too. So I'll put myself there. Alright, we need to get rid of his shadow. Now you notice when you go to edit my face person, there's not many expressions. Go into face editor. Don't be afraid to edit parts of your characters when you need to. Like, if you can't remember what your parts were, what your adjustments were, take a screenshot before changing them. So if you're doing a shocked expression, I'll do one of these free eyes on the bottom here. Let's do that on you as well. Let's see, now the tint is more in line with the actual background. I've already done the work of setting it up for studio mode. So now, if you know your shortcut for screenshots, take a screenshot. If you don't, just Google it. For me, on an iPhone 13 Pro, my screenshot shortcut is power and volume up at the same time. Now, we just go to IBIS Paint. Sorry, I lied to me when I spread misinformation on the internet. Before I do that, I gotta crop the image so it's the right size. There we go. Now we can put that shit in IBIS Paint. Thumbnail time. Now my thumbnails are pretty simple. So IBIS Paint's an art program. I mainly draw on my iPad, so as you can see on my phone, it's literally just 4 thumbnails except for this one. Sometimes I still draw on my phone, but I have to be incredibly bored. Also, I gave up on naming the... in retrospect, I probably should be naming these right now. To create your thumbnail, hit plus, import picture, and we're gonna import our thumbnail. Now, if you want a full tutorial on how to use IBIS Paint, I have an art tutorial on my channel from back in December. Now, for my gacha thumbnails, I mainly use filters to make it pop a bit. But first, let's use brightness and contrast. Now, if we wanted to have a dark look, we can add blur frame. It's just a vignette. Also, keep in mind when you're making thumbnails that it's gonna be like this small when someone sees it on YouTube. I think 22 is about good. So just do what you want with your thumbnail, and when you're done, hit the arrow pointing left and save image. You want it as a transparent PNG, hit OK. And if you want to rename it, just hit exclamation eye icon and change the title. I'm just gonna call it. And well done, you just created a thumbnail. I'm not gonna lie, this thumbnail actually unironically goes hard. Now that you have your thumbnail, you can create your screenshots. What's up guys, so now we're doing our screenshots. I'm gonna be a bit quiet because I'm almost here at school and I don't want to disturb other people. So first things you want to do is open your Google Doc, and there we go. So now, have the lines and stage direction. I'm gonna do... I guess I'll go into studio mode. Before we set up the scene, let's read the stage directions. Something I forgot to mention what stage direction is. I should also be getting up. Now you can use lock to lock your characters. Save and load, you can save scenes, that's what we see. Yeah, we want to stay on scene 6. At least I do. Now we're scene set up. Screenshot. Now you're probably gonna wonder how I'm gonna do the zoom. We're gonna do that in the editor. There's a lot you can do with just one screenshot in a video editor. It's going to be slowly moving up. I'll use this eye. Yeah, sometimes you get ads. So I'm going to set up. Make it look like I'm saying something. Just copy and paste our dialogue from the Google Doc. Don't copy stage directions. They're just there for you. Well, the character does have a chat function. I don't really use it because this text function is better, in my opinion. Especially on smaller characters, as we'll see with BF. An important thing with this text function is, of course, make sure the text color contrasts with the text color well enough. Character name, colon, paste. Put a pause, appear slowly and jumps out. Different segments are like mirror characters, so I'm gonna mirror. Now I'm gonna cut it off at his next line here. So yeah, mouse I think is most of the game. I don't usually use the mouse as like this sort of stuff. And if a viewer is not supposed to know the character's name yet, just do 3 question marks. I think you get the gist. I'm gonna stop recording now. Okay, I'm on to scene 2. For what I want to show here, it says enter BF. So we're gonna have him walk on screen. Here's what I do. So I'm gonna make myself stop talking, screenshot, and I'll make it look smooth in the editor, but for right now, he's just sort of gonna pop in. And from there, you can continue. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show. Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, I have finally finished the screenshots. One thing about this video scripts and screenshots is it'll be pretty rushed since I wanted because I'm making free videos for this tutorial. Please don't rush your videos if you can help it. Depending on what you want to do, you can either just throw your screenshots in the video editor right now, and if you're not doing voice, you could probably just like time them so they can read them but they pass reasonably fast. You'll see that more when we get into the reaction videos. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna go on GarageBand on my iPad and show you how to record voice lines. Alright, now to record voice. So I have my Google Doc open and I have GarageBand open. GarageBand is iOS exclusive, by the way. You can find an equivalent on some other app. + audio recorder. Now if it's just one voice you're doing, you can just use the one track. Now what I'm gonna do before I start recording lines is flip this, tap the mic, and rename. Now before I start recording, I gotta turn off the metronome. Make sure this is at the beginning of the track. Hit this plus icon. Section A, automatic, which basically means you can record that for as long as you need to. So I'll show you how to record lines. Now hit the red button. Ugh, my head. What happened? Where the hell am I? The hell? Is that me? Alright. Alright, now that we can see everything. No, behave yourself. Let's cut it down a bit. So, let's see. The start here absolutely needs to be cut down. So what you're gonna do is with your track selected, you tap on the track and you hit split and you pull down this. God damn it, you select the part you want to get rid of, tap it again, and hit cut. I'm pretty sure delete just gets rid of the whole track. Honestly, that's good like that. Split. Cut. So now my stuff is gonna sound slightly different. We're gonna click plus to add. I'm gonna do more sounds. Yes. I'm just gonna go around fun. Yeah, and I can just do a voice for myself after. Yeah, I finally landed on a voice I like, so just rename and just add a track whenever you need a new character with a different voice effect. I'll come back to you when I need to show you how to apply pitch for a character. I'm back. I finished recording the lines, so now to export it so you can put it in your video editor, hit this folder icon, and if you're working in multiple files or just have multiple projects, you can hold down on it and then hit rename, and hold down on it again, hit share. We want something that's going to be compatible, so I'm just gonna leave out the default share. Now I'm gonna save it to Google Drive. Now, if you have a specific folder, just select it. Now, this might take a while depending on your format and how long your video audio is. Oh, yep, and that's it for audio. My dumbass lied again, but we still need to retrieve our audio from Google Docs. So before you even download your audio, you need to open KineMaster if you're on a fresh download. Create a test project. I'll go over creation stuff in the video editing section. And what you want to do is hit voice record, start, and record your voice. And the reason you want to do that is it'll create a file when your file's up. The KineMaster file. For me, it appeared right next to Minecraft. So there'll be two folders. KineMaster voice recording, which is what you record in KineMaster. So if you don't want your phone to get overloaded with pre-recorded audio, I would delete this when you're done your videos. And then, or delete the contents, don't delete the folder. And imported voice memos. This is what we're going to use to import our audio. Also, optionally for sound effects, this is also where the MP3 converter comes in. Since I already have this file, what I'm going to do now is open my Google Drive and go to the folder you saved it in. If I had a silly billy. Hit the three dots, download. Now you're gonna hit save the files. It won't default to this unless you saved stuff in there before. But yeah, you wanna save it in imported voice memos in the KineMaster folder. Hit save, and now your audio should be available to use. KineMaster. As you can see, I'm on a pro subscription, but most of the stuff I do, you should still be able to do on the free plan. If you want to know what effects I use are on the pro plan, pro effects should have a crown on the timeline. Also, if you're doing on the free plan, when you take your screenshots, be mindful of that watermark. I wasn't for that Beth's first Christmas video, and it blocked out some of the dialogue. What you're gonna want to do if you didn't do the thing I showed you how to do already, and you skip right to the video editing, is create new, call it what you're gonna call it. I'm gonna call it if I had a silly Billy. You want it to be on the YouTube aspect ratio. For photo display mode, set it to fill. Default and transition duration don't really matter. We're gonna hit create. Thing is, your stuff just gets instantly added, so it doesn't tell you which media is in there, meaning you're gonna have to keep track yourself. What you should do is add two whole rows, scroll up, and keep going until everything is in. I'll just time-lapse myself adding the stuff. Sometimes it crashes, but it should save its place in the project. Alright, I have all of my videos added. Before we add any special effects, we're gonna time our screenshot. So, in the CapCut tutorial I said follow numbers. You could technically follow the number here, but it would be better just to go what you think is right. So, oh god, yeah, and this applies to text too if you're doing an unvoiced mini-movie, like, make it so someone could reasonably read it, but also pace it well. Alright, enough stalling. How do we add our audio? Click on the thing where audio should start, hit audio on our wheel here, internal, and just scroll around until you find it. And you can use the waveforms and even your ears to time it, like pause when you think your screenshot should change. I'm gonna edit for the first line. My head. What happened? What happened? Alright, that's the first little bit of a video edited. Now, to save battery, I'm gonna skip to when I need to add transitions. And immediately, we already need a transition. So just click this here. What this calls for is crossfade, which you can find in classic transitions. 1.5 is a little slow, so we'll do 1.2, I'd say. Where the hell am I? I know I should probably scroll through and add sound effects but I want to show an example of commuting. I go audio again, and internal if you have sound effects saved. I want a vine boom. Yes. A tried and true classic. Also, quick note, if you're putting sound effects over voice, make sure the sound effects don't overpower your voice. Huh, well, that was just a quick note about sound effects. We'll talk more about music when I'm done editing the clips. Alright, now we'll go over text. First, click on the thing you want to line the text up with, then close the menu, select the layer. Layers could be anything from adding another photo or video on top. We'll talk more about media layers when we go on to the reaction. Effects, which we'll go on more in depth about when we polish up the video. Stickers, which is just these little animation things. Handwriting if you want to draw something. And text, which is what we're interested in. Font. Now, if you want custom fonts, you'll have to go through a whole process. I don't have time to explain it, but if you want me to do a quick little video about it after, I'll be happy to. Now, this is an FNF video, so we'll go FNF weak text font. Now, this would be good by itself, but if you want it to contrast better with a background, we can go outline, enable, and now you'll see it goes on to the next clip. Well, we can just slide it back a bit, and see how this looks. Dear God. Yes. Okay. And this is how we add text. Alright, next thing I want to go over is keyframes. Now, the way we add these is pretty simple. I'm just gonna make this text up here first. Now, I want it to start disappearing around here. If you want to just move it around, you can use the keyframe button here. But if you want to edit the opacity, you're gonna hit alpha/opacity. Then hit the keyframe button, and then go to where you want it to disappear. So around here. And it should look a little something like this. No! You satisfied? Perfect. Alright, I have all the essential edits made to the video. Now, let's add a bit of polish. So here, it could be a bit darker and drearier. The way we can do that is layer, effects, and vignette, which seems to be a free one. See how this looks. Ugh, my head. Look for a larger text box. Yeah, you could read that. And it actually looks close to the thumbnail as well. You want sticker. Just can click with this. Oh yeah, looks like this affects premium only effect. That's okay. There are probably some similar effects that you can use. Keep this effect on screen until myself disappears. We'll set the default opacity to 0. And put a keyframe at the end for good measure. And I'm gonna wait till myself is fully visible. And he is. Got a keyframe. See, how does this look? No!
You satisfied?
Yeah, I am. Thank you all. Perfect. Now we'll add music. And for music, you want to make sure it doesn't overpower your voice or sound. Head. What happened? So, the way we can change that is we can select our music track, mixer, and turn the volume down. I usually keep it between 30 to 40. Ugh, my head. What happened? Where the hell am I? The hell? Is that me? Ew. Seems pretty good. And we could probably keep this with most of the video. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, the joke's after this. So you have this joke with the whole... Well, we interrupt this broadcast thing, the broadcast interruption.
Beep boop bummer.
What you can do is select the start of it, then select your music track, hit turns off split, and move your audio to the end of the track. And it should sound like this.
Bummer.
So, how? Just a bit of a hack you can use. Now I'm gonna end my monster about here. No! Now you know that's pretty abrupt. What you can do to fix that is select it, volume envelope, click the keyframe button where you want it to start going down, and add a number to the end and hit that to 0. No! No! No see improvement?
You said it?
We just finished our video. Well, not quite. You'll see what I mean in a sec. This is our rough copy. And you'll see why in a sec. So, click the share button and click save out the quality you want. Alright, this clip is done. Now, to make our good copy, which I usually just call final, turn all the same settings. Now I have my pre-edited intro and outro. But I'm going to add some of the stock solid colors, and you'll see why. So this will just be for the trigger warnings, because this video does get dark. Now we're gonna make this gray one incredibly long. I think that's long enough. Now we're gonna go to layer, media, video, and we're gonna find our video. This. So we're gonna find a lighter background. So yeah, as you can see on the lighter background, it has this little bezel. This is mainly because I'm on an iPhone 13, which has a wider aspect ratio. And I remember I think in studio mode I showed you my background adjustments for this reason. So we can crop it. You can crop it on the Photos app, but for me it completely breaks it for some reason. So I'm just gonna crop it here. Good. And now just size it up until it goes up the screen. And there we go. Now go to the end of your clip. Select the end of your clip. Select your solid color. Trim right. And yeah. Oh yeah. Also, because I have an incredibly loud intro, I'm gonna turn that way the fuck down. 29. Should be good. Now I can save it and we can get into uploading. Alright, now what you want to do next is hit the plus on the bottom of the screen or whatever it is. Switch to video. Select your video. Next. Now go into image. Okay, yeah. Now for a subscription, I actually have a Google Doc saved of a subscription description base. I'm gonna paste my base in. For hashtags here, I'm gonna put FNF. And I'm just gonna upload as public. Add a playlist. Just my FNF playlist, I guess. Alter content. No, unless you call the voice effects on BF and GF that. Nothing else you can do here. Next. No, it's not made for kids. Upload video. Upload it for unlisted, even if you're not monetized, which you probably aren't if you're watching this. Switch it to unlisted so you can set up pin comment. So click upload video. Okay, it's processing already. I'll get back to you when it gives me the notification that the checks are complete. Now that we're on my beautiful lock screen, you see I got this notification from YouTube Studio. Now, even if you have YouTube Studio, I believe you only get this notification if you're monetized. That means if you're not monetized, you don't have to wait for a check or a copyright check. Now, before I do anything in YouTube Studio, because there's a few things I want to do, I'm gonna go to the video on YouTube. I'm gonna add a pin comment. I'm just gonna say, because only feel like getting one link in here. Export a comment, hit these three dots, pin. Now that we have that done, close normal YouTube and go to YouTube Studio if you have it. To edit your video, go to this pencil marker, and a few things. We want it to be public. For fuck's sake, public. Monetization, well, that doesn't matter for you. What I like to go is to do tags. Now, these are different from hashtags. I'm not sure how many YouTube allows you to have, but I'm just gonna paste a few. Here you can also set paid promotion if you have a sponsor. Comment. Now hit save. There you go. Well done. You just made a gacha video. Gacha reactions are basically videos where gacha characters react to a video. Something important to note is if you're using someone else's, give proper credit at the start of your video. Also, include a link to the original video in your description, and make it known at the start of your video that it's there. If you're using gameplay from a video game, please record your own gameplay. Anyway, on to making the video. I'm gonna record the gameplay for the reaction. The reaction I'm gonna make is Silly Billy because I didn't like the original reaction I made. If you're making a reaction to a game, let's say we're using a computer game as an example, have OBS installed on your computer, specifically OBS Studio, and also have your game. I have mine set up to a display capture. All you need to do is, I usually start recording before I start playing the game. After that, I'll show you what to do with script writing because it is a little different. Alright, now script writing for Phantom's React videos. So intros will be mostly the same, but the actual reaction will be much different. So what you want to do is load up your video on screen. And you're going to look for a moment that stands out to you. So like here we'll have Beth reacting to BS in the hallway. So the things they're reacting to will just be normal stage directions. Oh yeah, and when you're writing your lines, be mindful of the time you have for characters to actually say stuff, because remember, you're actually sending it with an actual video now. I won't go over a whole script making process because it would be redundant, because it's other than paying attention to a video, you're pretty much doing the same thing as the mini-movie script. Yeah, I'll go on to the thumbnail since I gotta show you how to add the thing to the screen, you'll see what I mean. Alright, so to start the thumbnail first, we're gonna go to our Photos app, and we're gonna go to the video we're using for reaction. So scroll through until you see a frame you like. Oh, this is perfect. And oh yeah, I have my taskbar visible because I couldn't figure out how to full screen the hit single reel mode. I might just be stupid, but yeah. Right now, save photo. You have your thumbnail now. Well, not quite. Now open Gacha Life 2. And now change all of our facial expressions to what our expressions would be when reacting to the moment in the video. And now take your screenshot and crop it. Hello, welcome back to Ibis Paint. Basically the same as last time, except before we change the normal thing, we're gonna add another layer. So just click the camera, click your thumbnail. Nope, wrong screenshot. Moment from your video, I guess. And you want to line it up with the TV. Now I'm gonna like this and edit it again. And yeah, that's our thumbnail. Alright, so now the editing for reactions is interesting. As you can see, the intro and outro are basically the same as a normal mini movie. Then they go silent. First we'll add the music for the intro, just so that you're not just sitting staring into the void. Okay, so I want my video to start around here, so I'll go Layer, Media, and where you have your video saved. Now I'm just gonna cut it down to when the gameplay starts. Now before I do anything else, I'm also gonna crop it down. So now, you wanna open your script and go to reaction. BF is walking down the hallway. So yeah, play around with your video's volume. I'm gonna start around here. I'm gonna do Beth's and Pearl's line and you'll see how you do it. Make sure you have a charger handy because this will take a lot of battery. Just like the movie. We're just gonna Beth. I think data comma also works, yeah. Now we have our screenshots, put them into our video. Actually, if you want to watch ahead because you want to look for your specific scene, what you can do is add one of the stock solid colors as a placeholder and just get rid of it when your video's over, but it's helpful. Okay, and now make it so that a viewer could reasonably read your dialogue. BF's knocked on the floor, which is when Pearl should start her line. Yeah, I'll play around with volume when I edit myself. And the next stage direction is Self climbs out of the mirror, so I start it when he's on screen. So yeah, and that's the basic way of working on a Gacha reaction. So yeah. I'll see you when the video is uploaded because it's basically the same process. Okay, now YouTube Shorts, TikToks, Instagram Reels, whatever you want to call them, are interesting. They're typically pretty short, so they don't take all that long to make. Let's create one, shall we? So, first you're gonna pick your audio. You can either follow the steps from a mini-movie section of writing a script and recording your voice, or you can use someone else's audio, like animate your characters over it. You have to have an idea for your audio. If I go onto YouTube, audio I'm gonna be using is I Miss My Wife Tales original full scene from the Sonic Adventure 2 fandom. Oh god, I hope I got that right, or else the Sonic fandom's gonna rip my guts out. So basically, my idea for the short is that it's gonna be like a joke prediction for how FNAF's gonna end, like Daddy Dearest and Mom Dearest actually get a divorce or something. So what you want to do is screen record your video with your microphone off. Alright, so you remember how I mentioned that MP3 converter at the start of the video? Yeah, that's where that comes in. You could technically overlay your video and use that as the audio if you lower its opacity, but if you want to see the waveforms, use an MP3 converter. Alright, now open Gacha Life 2 and leave it in portrait mode. So, I think Gia's gonna be Amy. BF and Pico are gonna be the voices laughing. Maybe we can involve Nene. You know what? Let's add Nene as one of. No, Nene should be Amy and GF should be laughing with BF and Pico. Okay, yes. Now set up a scene for short. Alright. So yeah, let's just figure out character sizes. I think 0.3 should be good. No, actually, because why the fuck not? Honestly, yeah, that looks about right. And we're gonna have Nene disappear before the audio starts. So yes, okay. Screenshot 1. Then we fucking publicly execute Nene or something. Screenshot 2. Now you're gonna have Gacha Life 2 and Kind Master open at the same time. Because you're gonna be kind of listening. Create mini movie, or create project. I am brain rotted, and we're gonna select the TikTok aspect ratio. I'm just gonna call it I Miss My Wife. There we go. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to be switching between aspect ratio. Add these, and like I did when I was making a reaction, I'm adding this as a placeholder. Now, I'm gonna use a transition to make Nene disappear. Yeah, sure, yeah, that works. Yeah, I forgot to mention on Codemasters, only certain effects are compatible with portrait mode. Yes, now we can import our audio.
What the actual shit? Where did...
What the actual shit?
The actual shit? Where did Amy go?
What the actual shit? Where did Amy go? Actually... And like I said with the mini movies, don't be afraid to change your character's expressions. Did we go? Alright, now I'm gonna add my screenshots in. Oh yeah, if you have trouble differentiating, maybe take random screenshots between like I'm gonna now. What the?
What the actual shit?
Yeah, this is just syncing stuff to audio like we did with the mini movie. So
Shit. Shit. What? What? Where did...
Where did he go?
Oh shit! Where did Amy go? What the actual shit? Where did Amy go? Go!
So yeah, again, it's just syncing stuff to audio, like just listen and try and sync your screenshots with it. Or hell, you can even turn your audio into a script and paste it into Gacha Life 2. Yeah, I'll get back to you when it's time for captions. Alright, so I have finished the short, so let me add captions. Kindmaster does have auto captions, but they're terrible, so it's literally better quality just to manually do them. I'll just say... So just hold on.
What the action?
Okay, so, and this is a Friday Night Funkin' video, so I'll say definitely text font. This is a short, so I can do a line like that. No, that's the wrong menu. And now just stretch that one bit of text across the whole video. And now pick your color. Add glow and set it to black. And now we have our colors. ED's color will be purple. Remember, it'll be bigger on the actual short. And get rid of it where there isn't dialogue.
What? What the actual shit? Where did Amy go?
If two characters are talking at once, you can also just add another text layer. I'll show you guys the finished product when I'm done. Guys, it's finished.
What the actual shit? Where did Amy go? He was right in front of me!
Eggman, come over here!
Ah, my bones! Oh, I know I should have... Why are you doing this?
Happy April Fools!
Oh my god! That's it. I'm calling the police. 911.
I am
I've
the
been
police!
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back.
And that's about it for the short. Alright, we've been uploading to YouTube. This is where TikTok and Instagram comes in. But first let's do YouTube because that's what we've been doing. Upload, short, square, your video.
What the actual shit? What?
Next. And you don't have to put emojis in the title, it's just kind of been a good luck charm to me. Also, YouTube Shorts I would recommend a maximum of 3 hashtags. Related video, I guess I'll relate it back to this one. And this processing. Shorts don't usually take that long to process. There we go. Yes. I'll copy and paste the title. I recommend posting shorts on multiple platforms because it might flop on one platform but do well on another. So you hit the plus, you select reel, select your video, next,
What the?
next. Now paste into caption. I think I'm done as far as Instagram. Here we go. TikTok. We hit plus down here, select our video.
What the actual? What the?
Then we just paste. I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm just gonna post now.
What the actual shit? Where did Amy go?
Yes. Congratulations, you know how to make gacha videos now. And that's how you make gacha videos. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I'll see you later. Don't forget to like and subscribe.